This layout is called the Jimmy Way, and this is just a really simple layout. One of our groomsmen sadly passed away before our wedding, so my husband tied up his shoes in a special way that our friend Jimmy used to do. So this is just a nice, simple, not too, very opposite to this one, extreme opposite, and I think it suits it. So I picked out some of the papers that were more subdued, the greys, the wood grains, and I really like this one. And I used my electric typewriter. Yes, I do have an electric typewriter, and it's just been sitting around collecting dust, so I thought I'd bring it out. And I really like the way these little strips look on that tag. And I used some of these from the Thickers packs. And so this is probably one of my favourites as well. It's very, I don't know, look, it doesn't have pink on it. It has gold and it has turquoise, but it has a little bit of pink actually. I can't escape it. I just can't. But it's just not very normal me, but yeah, I like it. Next up, I love this one. It's called Getting Fancy. And this is a picture of the boys doing their ties and getting a little bit spesh for the wedding. So I hand cut these out of some of the papers that I had and used, that's a Dear Lizzie off that thicker embellishment sheet. And that's the pattern of the tie. They had matching handkerchiefs as well. Now here, cheated a lot. Looks like it's one piece, doesn't it? It's just two tiny strips because I love that paper so much. These gold hearts got a workout, and I wanted to bring in these thickers from my stash just to tie in with some of the turquoise. You know me, I need tiny word stickers on every layout pretty much. And I did raise these up on foam. So I think there's a process video for this one, possibly. No, maybe not. I did a whole heap of process videos in one day. I think I did about 7 in one day. So that's called Getting Fancy. This next one is called I Love You, and I know there's a process video for this one. And it's just the boys doing up their ties. There was great heated debate, apparently. Not heated, but great debate about how to do up their ties because there were all different sorts of ways that you can do a tie. I used that stencil with some modelling paste and then just cut a bunch of circles out. This With You I'm Always Home is actually from the Southern Weddings collection, Project Life collection, and I thought it went well with the house paper because it just matched. And something that I like is I put some of the circles to the edge of the cardstock, which is from my stash. And then some of them went all the way to the end, and I just think that's gives it a bit of extra interest. So I think this is a Mixed Media Monday process video, which may be up or it will be coming up. Next, I love this one too. This one's called Beautiful Day, and it's a picture of my mummy and I having a little hug when she came over before the wedding, and I really loved this pink paper, and I'd seen a lot of people using it as the full sheet and it looked amazing, but I wanted to try something a little bit different, so I cut it in half and kind of echoed the sprinkles using some pink and gold sprinkle mist from my stash, and I added some of them over here too so it looked cohesive, and I just love this. I really wish that I'm tempted to try and hunt down some extra packs and do a second version of this for my mum to put in a frame because I think she'd really like it. So this is Beautiful Day. And I did a little bit of misting on the photo and just laid up some of the more feminine papers. But the great thing about this grey paper is that it can go both ways. It could be, I used it on Aaron's shoelace one, but I also use it on this. So that's the thing I love about kits, is often the B side is the back side that has the more neutral colours. This one, there is a process video, and I thought I was so freaking clever with this title. It's called Oh No She Didn't, and the she in it is Mother Nature, because Mother Nature was playing me like a fool on the wedding day. So Mother Nature decided that she was just going to tease me and just not be, you know, fabulous when I woke up in the morning. Grey skies, we had rain, we had things that we had to set up outside, and I was freaking out a little bit internally. I just ate some more red lollies and that just calmed me down a little bit, which usually does the opposite effect. Usually I hype up, but it just calmed me down. So I hand cut these out of some of the papers and then used an Instax photo where you can see the grey sky. And this is another card from that Southern Weddings Project Life kit that I wanted to use. So really clean and simple. And then look, I did yellow around the edges. It's my one use of yellow, that paint. But yeah, I thought it was quite a witty title, because this photo is really quite boring, but when you pair it with the story, then you get why I kept that photo. So I love using Project Life cards for a little bit of extra journaling. Quite often they have some prompts that kind of lead you to telling a certain story. So the actual weather was a bit of everything. It wasn't windy, but it was all of those. It predicted sunshine, but no, wasn't sunshine. But the sun did come out at the ceremony, so that was good. This one's called Happy, and this is a picture of my mother-in-law walking in and seeing me for the first time with my hair getting done. And I love my heart punches, and I just used a heap of them, as well as some of those heart wooden embellishments and some tiny word stickers from my stash, and some gold paper from my stash, and this pink doily from my stash as well. This one, they were actually some of the tags from the kit, the hip kit, but I decided to chop them up and use them as embellishments. So you can always make your own embellishments out of the paper, or convert already made embellishments into something else. So that one's called Happy. Sorry, my camera takes a moment to focus between up close and far away. Next up, this one, look, it's not my fave layout. It's not my fave. The thing that I think gets me is the colour of these, the modelling paste went. I mixed it with the paint and it kind of went this weird fluoro coral colour, and I don't know, I wasn't a fan of it. I love the embellishment cluster, but I would have preferred to not have the modelling paste done, but it's done now, so let's just roll with it. I did a lolly bar for the wedding, and there's a couple of photos of it. Used some of the Wonder and the Dear Lizzie embellishments and one of these puffy stickers as well. Oh look, a little bit of, oh, it's just come off, hasn't it? Hanging by a thread. That has to be restuck. I did use a silver one. There you go. So that one's called Yummy. Next up, this one's called Hello. Original titles here, guys. I was really... Look, I used all my energy for Oh No She Didn't. I couldn't think of any more original titles. So this one, very Adele, I think. It's got the little hearts and it's got the gold. And I found my tab punch, which I knew where it was. I just hadn't, used it for years. So I pulled that out, used some white crepe paper to do a bit of folding, just to add a bit of interest and embellishment there, and a few little enamel hearts from the new Amy Tan collection from my stash. And these were the tables at our wedding. I did a whole lot of pinning before the wedding, and did all of the styling myself, and bought old books and jars and little bottles, and we bought flowers the night before, and my maid of honour and I went around and put all the flowers in the vases, which was super fun. So yeah, I quite like that one. I quite like this. This is something, I've done a lot of layered papers like this in the past, but I haven't ever tucked in little things. So yeah, that one's Hello. Next up, you can see I was on a bit of a strip of paper thing. This one's Kiss Hug, Kiss Hug. And these are the bridesmaids' dresses, and I made coat hangers for them where I bent the wire into their name. I know, I freaking did everything for the wedding. It was ridiculous how much I did. And if I did it again, you know what, I'd probably still do everything the same, pretty much. So there's a heart thing. It's weddings. What are you supposed to do? Of course you're going to have a lot of hearts. And used up these little bits are basically all strips or cut out bits of paper. There's no full bits of paper behind there. Used that little tag, which was actually cut off so that I could make hearts on the other page. And then to balance it out, did a little bit of layering up there, and used a Project Life card here too.